Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M12, it's the Tier 7 American SPG, and this one's located on the south spawn of Steps. I was about to say mines. No, it's definitely Steps. And it's under the command of GnomeRanger, and he's a member of Philo. Now, what can I tell you about it? Well, it's a 155mm gun, based on the M3 chassis. They built 100 of these, 60 in 1942 and a further 40 were built in 1943. They actually had a shortage of the 155mm gun, so they had to put different types of 155mm on it, but it's a very successful design, a French design from the First World War. Very accurate. Now you can see the classic M3 chassis, the plates at the front on the lower plate, bolted together, and he's moving up into a firing position overlooking the cap area, and he's ready to go. Now there's a few enemy tanks coming to view. There's Carnarvon there. This is a tier 8 battle. He's tier 7 Arty, tier 8, so obviously he'll be hitting tanks which are higher tier than him, and that will earn more XP. But we've got a few enemy tanks on the east side of the map. Tiger. Okay, so just adjusting, rounds out. Direct hit right into the side. 315 hit points. Very good shot. He stunned both of them. Now, there's something to be said for actually going for medium tanks, because medium tanks have got lower armor, and an HE round going off against the side of a medium tank is going to do far more damage than against the heavy tank. But he is going for that Tiger P. Rounds out. Oh, it went long! RNG said no, and the shell went over the top and didn't hit him. He's got a 23.9 second reload, which is about the same as that on the M41, the tier 5 American. Of course, the M44 has a much shorter reload, or much faster I should say. He's dialed in. The Tiger P's been tracked, and that was a direct hit. Oh, he's wiped him out. He's killed him. First kill. In fact, it's the first kill of the game. Okay, he's got a long dial in here, 7 seconds to wait, but he's changed his aim. He's going to go after a T43 on the other corner. He's almost reloaded, ready to go. Rounds out, and it lands in the water next to the T43. Does some damage to him. He gets 169 hit points, and he's picking up stun assist. But unfortunately, that Samur is being pushed into a corner. Lots of rounds going into him. He's not going to survive. And the Samur's gone down, taken out by the T43. Now we're dialed in, but we're firing. Oh, that he did some splash damage there to the T29, but he definitely hit the other tank, which I think was a Wizzy 111. Okay, the Carnarvon's moving up. We've lost sight of the other tanks because they're behind the rocks. But we can see the Carnarvon because he's near the Black Prince and the T25. Oh, the round went in! It hit the target. No explosion means he hit him. And there's the Wizzy 111. Oh, he's down to 58 hit points at 59. So obviously that last round that hit him did a lot of damage. Okay, he's reloading and he's aiming to try and get the T43. Rounds out. Direct hit, 190 hit points. T43 is killed immediately afterwards by the Su-14-2, the school bus. Now that T29's poking around the corner, but we're not loaded yet, so we're not going to be able to hit him until he comes into full view, and we've got a shell in the breach. We're about to load. Rounds out straight away, and it's a kill shot. 205 hit points. T29 becomes his second kill. Unfortunately, we lose the Black Prince to the Carnarvon. Now we're pulling back. Oh, the Carnarvon goes down. Again, the school bus picks up a kill. Fire round in. Oh, we got the Wizzy 111. 59 hit points. Third kill goes to GnomeRanger. Now we've got a Ferdinand over on the east side of the battlefield. The enemy's being pushed back into the northeast corner. There is still enemy on the west side of the map though. Okay, it's loaded. Rounds out straight away on the Ferdinand. And it landed right behind him. And that round hit the target. That was from one of the other Arties. So we've got two other Arties in the battle. As I said, the Su-14-2, which is known as the school bus. And there's one of them at Kubinka, the Russian tank museum in Moscow. And he's fired the round at the Ferdinand. And I think that landed in front of him. The other Arty is the M40 M43. And that's the Tier 8 American SPG. And that Ferdinand is hugging that rock as if he's trying to make love to it. No, I don't think you're going to have baby tanks for the rock. Put it down, you don't know where it's been. Oh, and a nice water spout. I love the way that Wargaming have done that. You know, the little water spouts now, when you hit the water, huge fountain of water comes up. It's a really good effect. And that BT TVP is way too close to that A44. We can't fire at the A44 without damaging the TVP. So it looks like we're going to be going back to the Ferdinand. And the A44 has gone down. There are now only 4 enemy remaining. The Ferdinand, who's facing off against the T-71, a Tiger 1, an LTG and an MX-1357. Oh my god, he just killed the Ferdinand! Or no, it's the school bus got the Ferdinand. That's the third kill for the school bus. And the LTG takes out our T-71. Now, we've run out of targets to shoot at for the moment because nobody can see them. It's 5 versus 3. Now, the enemy does have 2 very mobile light tanks, the MX-1357, which is a bit of an assassin, and the LTG, which is incredibly difficult to hit because it's so fast moving around the battlefield. The Tiger 1's a bit of a slower tank, though. It's much more easy to hit. And remember, we've got 3 Arties on our team, as well as a tank destroyer, the T-25-2, and that TVP. And the TVP's located one of the enemy. Oh, and he's been killed by him. It was the Tiger 1. Slow and lumbering, but very powerful. And it's going to be a difficult shot over the ridgeline, but he's dialed it in. Round out. It hits the ridgeline. Now, the unfortunate thing is we've only got the T-25-2 to spot for us. And one of the enemies turned up fairly close to us. It's the LTG. But he's below the ridgeline, so we can't see him. The problem is that he could be spotting for the AMX, the MX-1357, who might come from a distance and try and shoot the T-25, and then we'd be blind because then we'd only have our poor view range on the Arty. There's the Tiger. He's coming in from the east. We can dial in on him and cause him no end of grief. Rounds out. And it's a near miss, 156 hit points. He's also been hit by one of the other Arties. And the third one. Oh, and he's been wiped out by the M40. That was a bit of a mistake. He exposed himself. The T-25 put a shell in him. And all 3 Arties had a go. And that ended the Tiger. So it's just the LTG and the MX-1357. As I say, if the LTG was to light up the target, the T-25-2, the 1357 could shoot at a distance without having to come into view range. Yeah, he's moving forward to have a look through the bushes, see if you can spot the LTG. The problem is that we can't really go up the other end to the enemy cap because Arties would be slow and vulnerable. especially vulnerable to light tanks. We really need the enemy to come to us. And they're going to have to try and come in, take out the T-25-2, and then try and cap. Somebody has just been spotted. It was the T-25-2's just said he's been spotted. And he doesn't know. Every time he keeps moving forward to the rock, somebody on the enemy team keeps having a look and seeing him. Now, GnomeRanger is having a look on the right side. Oh, the T-25-2 just took a hit. Which direction are they coming from? Yes, he is definitely receiving damage. We're desperately trying to look to see if we can spot the enemy. This is what I feared, that the T-25 is being lit up. The AMX 1357 is doing the damage. And he's losing more hit points. Well, GnomeRanger is going to try and get up on top of the cliff top, but obviously he might be vulnerable himself. Oh, there he is. It's the LTG. It's dialing in. The other Arty will be doing the same. Fires around it. 174 hit points. The LTG definitely spotted him. But is that LTG now going to become vulnerable to Arty fire? Well, he's stunned at the moment. And another Arty round goes in after him. Okay, we've gone up onto the cliff top. We're still loading. He's manually aiming. We know which direction the LTG came from. Okay, he's going to chase after him. Not advisable, but he needs to act as a spotter for the T-25-2 and the other Arty. There's the LTG. Okay. Now, can he get a manual shotgun? Oh, he did! 236 hit points. It's tracked the LTG. The other Arty will be on him like a pack of wolves. T-25-2 takes them out at close range. Now, where is that AMX 1357? GnomeRanger is loading. It's a very brave thing of him to do, actually, to go out and start spotting, because Arty have got very, very poor view range, but he was high, so he could see over a long distance. Well, he's doing the best he can. He's staying out to the west side. The M40 is going up the east side. The T-25 is following the M40. The Su-14 is coming down from the cliff tops. And I think he's going to go up the east side as well. Now, this is a very dangerous move because all three Arty are reasonably slow compared to the AMX 1357. But if the enemy is spotted, they might be able to get snapshots off in time. Say the school bus, the Su-14-2, has stopped near his own cap. There's the AMX 1357. Spotted him. And he's stationary. He may be AFK. Dialing in. And he shotguns him. 311 hit points. Goes for the ram. Oh no, is he going to try and ram? Yes, he is. If he can keep ramming him, he can keep him tracked. And he can't do anything. And the Su-14 finishes him off to get his 4th kill and win the game for the team. Very bravely done by GnomeRanger. Let's have a look at this battle. And it's an ace tanker for GnomeRanger in the M12. What a way to get it as well. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 18 in that battle. But what a brave thing to do, to go out spotting for his team, find the AMX 1357 AFK, and then shotgun him in the back and allow his team then to kill him from a distance. Fantastically played there. So let's have a look at team scores, see what we had. Oh my god, just look at this. Between them, all three Arties managed to get 8 kills. That's more than half the enemy team that they wiped out. They carried the team. And a special mention should go to the T-25-2 of Kitish. Is that Kitish? 51. He managed as well to help them out and finish off one of those enemy, the LTG, after they wounded him. But what a way to do it. The SU-14-2 managed to get the highest damage in the game. He picked up the high caliber and the Gauze medal as well. He did 3,682 hit points of damage. The M40 managed 2,694, and GnomeRanger came in with 2,562 on the damage. That's a huge amount of damage for Arty, but very well played indeed. The highest number of kills goes to the school bus. He managed 4. GnomeRanger managed 12. And the M40 managed only 1, and so did the T25. Special mention for Never Too Far in the SU-14-2. It's a difficult Arty to play, but if you play it well, it can give you good results. So let's have a look at the detail report. Well, 17 shots fired, 8 direct hits, 8 penetration, 10 splash. Damage of 2,562 hit points, of which 1,792 were at more than 300 meters. He damaged 10 of the enemy, that's 2/3 of the enemy team, and he killed 3 of the enemy, that's 1/5 of the enemy team. He did damage assistance of 608 hit points and stun assistance of 3,608 hit points off 15 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 72,918 credits, and after ammunition resupply, and the ammo's fairly cheap, he actually took away a total of 53,878 credits. He earned 2,312 XP, times 2 for the first victory of the day, took away 4,624 experience points altogether. But a fantastic display of courage by GnomeRanger. I think very few players would be bold enough to go out on their own, knowing full well that there's a very fast assassin out there in a very dangerous tank like the AMX 1357, and then to find the enemy, coolly shotgun him in the rear, and then allow his teammates to take the kill. Brilliant display, brilliant battle. Well done, GnomeRanger. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.